Imagine getting all the way to the grocery store checkout line with a cart full of food for your family, only to swipe your EBT card and discover your entire monthly balance has been wiped out, drained to absolutely zero. It's a devastating, gut-wrenching reality for a rapidly growing number of families right here in Virginia. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we are tackling the urgent, rising threat of EBT card skimming. We're going to break down exactly what it is, how scammers are literally using technology against you, and why it's absolutely crucial to report it the second it happens. Stick with me because by the end of this Explainer, you're going to have a clear, actionable game plan to protect your benefits from these invisible thieves. $607 million. Yeah, you heard that right. According to data from the public sector IT company Propel, that is the estimated amount of benefits stolen from EBT households nationwide last year alone. In a recent survey of over 8,000 cardholders, 18% reported having their benefits stolen. So we're not talking about a minor glitch in the system here. This is a highly organized, nationwide criminal enterprise, and it's specifically targeting the most vulnerable payment system we have. Here's our roadmap for today's Explainer. We'll cover the EBT skimming crisis itself, how to spot the scams, exact steps to report theft in Virginia, how to protect your benefits proactively, where to find resources and support, and we'll wrap up with a few essential disclaimers. Let's jump right into Section 1, the EBT skimming crisis, and why it is a uniquely urgent threat for folks in Virginia. So what exactly are we up against? Well, skimming happens when scammers capture your data in seconds, while you're just checking out normally. EBT cards are massive targets right now because they still rely on that old, unsecured magnetic stripe technology, rather than the encrypted microchips you see on most modern bank cards. Criminals will literally walk into a store, distract the clerk for maybe 5 seconds, and snap an illegal overlay right on top of the payment terminal. When you swipe your card, they steal your card number. Then, using hidden pinhole cameras or fake keypads, they capture your PIN. They can instantly clone your card and drain your account, which usually happens in the middle of the night, often between midnight and 6 a.m. on the exact day your monthly benefits are deposited. To truly understand the impact, listen to Mary Bowen. She's a mother of 6 who relies on assistance, and she suddenly found herself totally unable to pay rent or buy groceries. More than half of victims surveyed actually said they had to skip or drastically reduce their meals as a direct result of this crime. It literally leaves families standing at the register with absolutely nothing. Now, if you remember only one single thing from this entire Explainer, it needs to be this. As of December 20th, 2024, the federal authority to replace stolen SNAP benefits expired. And while a few states stepped up to use their own state revenue to cover victims, Virginia did not enact a state-funded reimbursement program. Let me be clear about what that means. If your benefits are stolen in Virginia today, you cannot get them reimbursed. Period. You simply have to wait until your next scheduled monthly allotment and rely on local charitable food networks in the meantime. The stakes really have never been higher. Moving right along to Section 2, spotting the scams so you can recognize the traps before it's too late. The Virginia Department of Social Services has put out official warnings because these skimmers are incredibly sneaky. The most common type you'll find at a store is designed to lay perfectly over the existing terminal. Honestly, they are super difficult to detect just by glancing at them because they blend right in with the plastic casing of the machine you probably use every single week. So how do you actually spot them in the wild? I highly recommend running through a quick mental checklist before you swipe. Physically inspect the machine. Do you see any strange glue marks? Does the card reader look overly bulky or maybe a bit damaged? Give that card reader a firm wiggle. If it feels loose or like a piece of plastic is just snapped over it, do not use it. Also, pay attention to the keypad buttons. If they feel weirdly hard to push, that could be a fake key logging overlay. And finally, please watch out for phishing scams. Criminals are actually sending out text messages pretending to be the state, claiming your account is locked, and asking for your PIN. Just remember, the government will never, ever text or call you to ask for your PIN number. All right, Section 3, how to report this in Virginia and why you must act immediately. Since there are no automatic fraud protections to save you here, the responsibility falls entirely on you to stop the bleeding. Write these steps down. Your absolute first move is calling the Virginia EBT Help Desk at 1-866-281-2448. They're available 24/7. This instantly freezes the card so the scammers can't drain whatever might be left. A replacement card will be mailed to you, though, heads up, it does come with a $4.99 fee that gets deducted from your balance. Next, open up your Connect EBT app and carefully document every single unauthorized transaction. Time, date, merchant, exact dollar amount. Finally, to help law enforcement actually track these rings down, file an official identity theft report at identitytheft.gov and contact your local police department. Section 4. Protecting your benefits by proactively locking down your account. Since we know stolen benefits won't be replaced, prevention is literally your best and only defense. First, change your PIN right before your monthly deposit hits. And please avoid repeating numbers like 1111 or sequences like 1234. But honestly, the single most powerful tool you have right now is the Connect EBT app. You can use it to manually lock your card the second you put your groceries in the car and just unlock it the next time you're standing at the register. Even if a scammer manages to clone your card, they absolutely cannot use it if it's locked in the app. Also, get into the habit of physically covering the keypad with your other hand when you type your PIN to block those hidden cameras. And check your balance daily. We do have some much-needed good news on the horizon, though. Right now, Virginia relies on those highly vulnerable magnetic stripe cards that use static, unencrypted data. But starting in the fall of 2026, the Virginia Department of Social Services will finally begin replacing all EBT cards with modernized chip cards. These new cards are going to feature EMV chips and tap-to-pay technology, which generate dynamic, single-use codes for every transaction. It's a total game changer that'll make them highly secure and drastically reduce the risk of cloning. But until fall 2026 rolls around, you have to rely on those active defense strategies we just went over. Section 5. Resources and support. It is crucial to know exactly who to call. You've got a few key lifelines in Virginia, depending on what you need. If your personal card is compromised, that 1-866 number for the EBT help desk is your go-to for deactivation. If you need help finding emergency food aid or connecting with your local caseworker, call VDSS Citizen Services. Now, if you notice something bigger, like a specific retailer that seems to be on the scam or you suspect massive coordinated fraud, you'll want to report that straight to the State Fraud Hotline or the federal USDA Office of Inspector General. They actually have the resources to take down these large-scale operations. Finally, Section 6, some essential disclaimers and important parameters to keep in mind. Just a quick reminder, while we're exploring this data and unpacking these guidelines together, everything here is for informational and educational purposes only and does not replace formal legal or financial advice. Because state policies and local resources are always subject to change, you should definitely always work directly with your local Department of Social Services caseworker or an authorized representative for assistance that's tailored to your specific situation. So, knowing that stolen benefits currently will not be replaced in Virginia, what is the very first step you're going to take today to lock down your EBT card before your next grocery run? Knowledge is only power if you actually use it. Are you going to download the Connect EBT app today and test out that lock feature? Maybe change your PIN tonight? Take action right now to protect yourself. And please hit share on this explainer and send it to your friends, family, and community groups. These scammers rely entirely on us being uninformed. So let's spread the word, stay vigilant, and shut them down. Leave a comment below letting me know which security step you're going to take first, and I will see you in the next explainer.